Sorry. My bad.
Go on out there with him.
Got a grandson on the way.
Wow.
King's about to have a son.
King's about to have a son. Congrats.
Yeah. And I told him I'm gonna make this the greatest gangster of all time. I will raise this child to torture you the way that you tortured me. I promise you, there will be an indictment in this young one.
Yo, I'm gonna tell you the reason why he want to be over there. Y'all ready? Cause he can suck and pacify over there till he was 12 years old. He was suck and pacify till he was 12 years old. He couldn't do that in the house. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
They trying to say I was over there trying to suck a passy, but they ain't gonna tell you everything like that. They trying to hide it.
This ain't your fucking restaurant. This ain't your fucking restaurant. Everything you make, I can pull out my pocket right now. I ain't tripping on you.
What happens when family drama, fame, and money all collide under one roof? The Harris household, led by rap legend T.I. and his wife Tiny, has been no stranger to the spotlight. But recently, that spotlight has shifted to their son, King Harris, and for all the wrong reasons. Instead of headlines about his music, his performances, or even his growth as an artist, King's name is being dragged across gossip blogs for messy arguments, questionable decisions, and rumors that won't quit. At the center of it all, a young woman known as Big Nana. Whispers suggest she's not just King's girlfriend, but the source of explosive drama that could change the Harris family forever. And with claims of manipulation, baby trap rumors, and public father versus son clashes, this isn't just family tension. It's a story playing out like a live reality show for millions to watch.
King, have you ever woke up with a roach on your face?
No, that's not the goal.
All right, then. There it goes.
Or in your ear.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I got in the neighborhood with me that broke up with
roach in your ear?
Y'all want to go to the bando in my neighborhood? Do y'all want to go to the bando? Do y'all want to go to the bando? To make him look better, he said he know not true. Silver spoon, I ain't never ate with that day a day in my life.
Nigga, you did have a silver spoon.
Look, used to have to come to my grandma's house because I'm getting in the fight.
You cried like a baby to go to your grandmama's house.
Every day.
You used to hold your breath.
Every
It's
day.
no tantrum to go over there.
I don't want to be in these gates. I want to be outside in the neighborhood. That's why I want to be over there. But they don't understand that.
Yo, I'm gonna tell you the reason why he want to be over there. Y'all ready? Cause he can suck and pacify over there till he was 12 years old. He was suck and pacify till he was 12 years old. He couldn't do that in the house.
You cried like a baby. Hold your breath.
Yeah.
They trying to say I was over there trying to suck a passy, but they ain't gonna tell you everything like that. They trying to hide it.
Ain't nobody hide that.
Sugarcoat it. He capping. He capping.
Hey.
And no nigga ever saw a car ever in life. I stand no business. I stand no business. You got me in your hood, I stand on business.
I don't feel like you stand on business.
Yeah. I've been stood on business. I've been stood on business. You want to hide it for the world, I'm going to put it out there for them to see. I want to put up nowhere. You ain't had me put up nowhere. Like, you ain't had me behind the mansion. I was outside doing what I wanted to do.
You was behind that till you cried.
No, I got too much to drink. I drunk too much. Let's go. Niggas get mad because we say the South ain't the suburbs. Then he want to talk about some other like this being shit. This being shit. No, I'm being real. You lying. You up here flagging. You're capping. I know you. What's wrong with y'all? Why y'all doing that to me? Y'all know me. You know I stand on business. Why you even letting somebody play with me like that? Why you letting somebody play with me like that? Why you letting him play with me like that? Why you letting him play with me like that? No, ain't no joking. What do you mean?
You are embarrassing yourself. You're embarrassing yourself. You are embarrassing yourself. You are embarrassing yourself.
What is you talking about? Man, get off me.
But you can't do nothing with me. Ain't shit you can do.
The question now is simple. Is King carving his own path, or is he being set up for a downfall that even T.I. can't protect him from? Rumors have been swirling online that Big Nana didn't just fall for King. She had a plan. According to countless social media posts and gossip insiders, she allegedly manipulated him into fatherhood, strategically getting pregnant in what many are calling a baby trap. The idea? Secure her place in the Harris family forever, with access to the fame, fortune, and legacy that comes along with that powerful last name. Fans were quick to speculate that Nana had her eyes on the bag more than on genuine love, and whispers spread that she was emotionally playing with King's head for months before the pregnancy news even surfaced. But here's the kicker. T.I. saw through it from the very beginning. The Atlanta rapper has built his career not just on music, but on surviving scandal after scandal, and he's always had a sharp sense for spotting fake energy. When it came to Big Nana, T.I. made it crystal clear. He didn't trust her motives. He openly warned King that this relationship was headed for disaster, pointing out how Nana seemed far more into the lifestyle than she ever was into real love. Those early red flags? They're now playing out for the world to see. If T.I. hoped that his warnings would keep King on track, he was wrong. The tension between father and son spilled out in the most public way possible, through social media and viral clips. Fans still remember the explosive moment at a basketball game when King shouted, "I stand on business," at the top of his lungs, trying to prove himself as tough in front of a live audience. T.I. wasn't impressed. In fact, he stepped in, only for the situation to escalate even further. In a moment that shocked fans everywhere, T.I. grabbed his son in a headlock, a physical reminder of who was still the father in that relationship. But instead of calming things down, King doubled down. He went live on Instagram, airing out private family business, accusing his dad of being absent, and insisting he had grown up struggling in the hood. Social media lit up with debates. Was King exposing real family issues, or was he just trying too hard to push a narrative that didn't match his privileged reality? Either way, the Harris drama wasn't staying behind closed doors. It was entertainment for the world, and both T.I. and King ended up looking like they were fighting for respect, not just from each other, but from millions of watching fans. Part of the reason King's clashes with his father drew so much attention is because of the persona he's been trying to build. Despite growing up with a millionaire father, luxury homes, and opportunities that most kids can only dream of, King has been pushing the image of a struggling rapper from the hood. He insists he grew up with hardships, claiming that he spent much of his time with his grandmother in rough neighborhoods rather than in the mansion everyone assumes he lived in. But the internet is ruthless, and fans weren't buying it. They pointed to the reality of his access: private schools, gated estates, a famous last name, and accused him of faking a struggle story just to gain credibility in hip-hop. That narrative only got messier when King admitted he mostly visited his dad when it was time to film their reality show, Family Hustle. Once the cameras stopped rolling, he was back at his grandma's place. The confession explained a lot about why King sometimes seems desperate to prove he's real, but it also made fans question his authenticity even more. Was he really a product of the streets, or just someone cosplaying struggle while enjoying luxury behind the scenes? For a rapper trying to earn respect, that's a dangerous image problem. As fans dissected King's claims, another bombshell dropped. He wasn't the only Harris child who didn't live with T.I. full-time. Zonique, T.I. and Tiny's daughter, admitted she spent much of her childhood with Tiny's mother. And according to insiders, the Harris kids were often raised by grandparents or extended family while T.I. and Tiny toured, worked, or built businesses. On paper, it made sense. T.I. and Tiny were hustling non-stop to keep their empire alive. but in practice, it left gaps in their kids' upbringing. King, more than anyone, seemed to feel that absence, and many fans now believe his rebellious streak is the result of years spent chasing his parents' attention and approval. Money can buy cars, jewelry, and mansions, but it can't replace presence. And while the Harris family looked picture-perfect on reality TV, behind the cameras, the kids were navigating life largely on their own. For King, that distance may explain why he clung so tightly to his hood image and why he seemed so eager to defy his father's authority in public. It wasn't just about rebellion. It was about making his own identity in the shadow of parents who weren't always around. Enter Big Nana. According to whispers from people close to the family, she wasn't just King's girlfriend. She was actively shaping his choices. Insiders claim she fed into his ego, encouraged him to distance himself from his parents, and even convinced him that T.I. didn't have his back. By doing that, she effectively positioned herself as the main influence in King's life. Fans noticed how often King defended her, even at the cost of clashing with his father. And when the pregnancy news broke, the speculation hit new heights. Critics said Nana had played the long game, using King's need to prove himself against T.I. as a way to pull him closer and away from his family's safety net. For many, the timing was too perfect, the motives too suspicious. Whether or not the rumors are true, the public perception has stuck. Nana is viewed as the opportunist, the manipulator, the one who saw King's vulnerabilities and used them to her advantage. And that perception has put her directly in the crosshairs of T.I.'s protective instincts. T.I. isn't the type to hold back his thoughts, and when it came to Big Nana, he made his stance clear. He wasn't going to bankroll her, the baby, or any drama tied to the situation. If King wanted to step into adulthood, he would have to handle the responsibilities that came with it, without leaning on T.I.'s fortune. Some fans praised T.I. for drawing boundaries, saying it was the only way King would ever learn accountability. Others criticized him, arguing that publicly rejecting Nana and making it a spectacle only fueled more drama. But T.I. knows this game better than anyone. After surviving legal issues, industry scandals, and endless rumors, he's learned that sometimes the only way to protect your legacy is to get in front of the narrative. By speaking out, he made it clear there would be no finessing her way into the Harris bank accounts. For T.I., this wasn't about being harsh. It was about survival. He's seen too many young artists go broke or ruin their futures because they didn't learn responsibility early. And if that lesson had to come through tough love, then tough love it would be. Unfortunately, for King, the drama has overshadowed his career. Instead of trending for hot singles or collaborations, he's trending for arguments, live-streamed fights, and baby mama gossip. In an industry where perception can make or break an artist, that's a nightmare scenario. Fans have already started clowning him, joking that his biggest feature isn't with another rapper, but with his father, who keeps showing up in his headlines. And while some people sympathize, pointing out that he's young and still figuring life out, others argue that he's wasting opportunities most artists would kill for. T.I.'s shadow looms large, and instead of carving his own lane, King seems trapped in a cycle of trying to prove himself while drowning in controversy. The music? It's barely in the conversation anymore. And for a rapper at the start of his career, that's dangerous. Because in hip-hop, your reputation often matters just as much as your bars. And right now, King's reputation is being defined by everything, except his music. What's happening in the Harris family isn't just about King or Nana. It sparked a bigger debate about what it means to grow up as the child of a celebrity. Some argue that wealth and fame actually hurt more than they help, creating kids who feel pressure to prove themselves in ways that often backfire. King is a prime example. He had opportunities, access, and resources, yet he still felt the need to build a hood persona. one that critics say was exaggerated at best. Why? Because in hip-hop, authenticity is everything, and without a struggle story, many artists feel they won't be respected. T.I.'s past mistakes, his time behind bars, his battles with the law, only add to the irony. He fought his way out of bad decisions, and now he's watching his son run headfirst into them. The question becomes, can a kid with privilege ever earn credibility in a culture built on overcoming struggle? Or does trying too hard to prove you're real only expose how fake the image actual is? That's the conversation now circling around King, and it's one with no easy answer. Now, King Harris stands at a crossroads. On one side, there's fatherhood, responsibility, and a chance to grow up and build something real for himself. On the other side, there's drama, manipulation, and a spiral that could ruin his reputation before his music even has a chance to stand on its own. Big Nana, meanwhile, is battling her own narrative. Once the public labels you as opportunistic, it's nearly impossible to shake. Every move she makes, from Instagram posts to public appearances, will be judged under that microscope. For T.I., the fight isn't just about protecting his son. It's about protecting the Harris legacy, the empire he's built over decades. But no matter how loud the warnings get, the decision ultimately falls on King. Will he rise to the occasion, take accountability, and finally prove himself as more than just T.I.'s son caught up in scandal? Or will Nana's influence pull him deeper into chaos that destroys his future before it even begins? One thing's certain, this story isn't over, and the next chapter in the Harris family drama is going to be even messier than the last.